Look Outreach is underwritten by the generous support of Munter Enterprises. Family owned and operated since 1972, integrity is important, as our family name is on every project. Our word is our bond. Munter Enterprises. Just build it.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, unless you're living under a rock someplace, you have to know that Queensbury is on the move. In the number of years that my wife and I have lived in the community, it's really remarkable, the amount of change. And with change come ideas, and ideas fuel change, right?
Absolutely.
And my guest here is a perfect example of that. This is Rachel Seeber. She's a supervisor at large at Queensbury. Welcome, Rachel.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Very nice to have you back again. We're in the election cycle. You have decided, from your perspective and your experience over the last 4 years as supervisor at large, that you're going to take a run at Town Supervisor,
yes.
Queensbury. So first, I always ask, anybody's running for office, are you nuts? You know, but I know you, and I know you're very, very driven. And I watch you at the Warren County Board of Supervisor meetings, which we broadcast. And you know, when you speak, people listen, Rachel. I'm just telling you that.
Thank you.
It's not always the case with people, but boy, with you, it really is. So this experience the last 4 years, supervisor at large, what have you learned?
I think I've learned that everyone wants a voice. No matter how small or large their concern may or may not be, it's critical to them. And as their elected officials, we should make sure that it's on the top of our to-do list and follow up with it. So I've learned that people want a voice. You know, the bottom line is they want to be heard, and I don't blame them.
They want to be heard. Now, is your feeling that as a town supervisor, you would be able to enhance that ability for people's voices to be heard?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. How?
Well, I think that over the years, and certainly I sponsored legislation at the board to enact YouTube so that now our residents can be at home and look at their computer, much like they do the Look TV, thanks to your generous sponsorship. They're able to get on when it's convenient for them and see how their elected officials are representing them. And are they doing what they said they do, right? We're making sure there is accountability, and I believe in that. So I'm excited about that type of legislation. I would bring the same type of efforts to the town and would make sure that that accessibility and transparency is there.
Am I correct in saying that a supervisor at large, there are certain things that you can be involved with, but being town supervisor gets you much more involved in the day-to-day? Is that true?
That's true.
Okay.
The town supervisor has a much more daily impact on what's going on at the town and the operations of the town. As an at-large supervisor, I've been able to represent Queensbury as it relates to Warren County issues. And at the county, we focus more on services, where the town will be more about those actual day-to-day operations. So yes, a little bit different, but I would still be able to serve in the capacity as a county supervisor. That position of town supervisor serves in both roles.
Now, you know, let's talk about leadership. Do you feel that your philosophy, your approach, your drive will provide better leadership?
I think our community wants a change. I think they're looking forward to a different type of leadership. And I do believe what I can offer is a stronger, more effective type of leadership. I think it's time that we bring our committees back to Queensbury. Years ago, we had a committee structure. Pretty much every other town in the state of New York, you'll see a committee structure. And what that allows is our council people who are elected in each ward in Queensbury, an ability for them to also advocate for their particular areas that they're representing as well. So I think working together as a team, working towards collaboration and effective communication, I think those are strengths of mine and ones that will be welcomed in our community.
One thing, I hear pros and cons surrounding the word transparency in Queensbury. Tell me a bit about what you think when I say that word.
Transparency?
Yes.
I think frankly, I'll be 100% honest here.
Yes.
I try to do that with everything. And what I look forward to is the ability for voters to know the truth, the good, the bad, the ugly. And I think they can handle the truth. And collectively as a community, we have an opportunity to fix some of the problems that we've had in Queensbury. So when I think about transparency, I think it's your dollar. You work hard for the money that you earn, and we shouldn't be taking that money as a town just to stockpile it. We should keep our taxes low, and we should make sure that you, the voter, knows exactly what's going on in their town. You should be able to get as much or as little info as you want.
You've been knocking on a bunch of doors.
Absolutely.
Okay, is that what you're hearing in the field?
Yes. I hear a lot about the airport. I'm opposed to the extension at the runway, and I hear a lot of people talking about those millions of dollars that are being spent, in my opinion, needlessly in that area. I also hear a lot of people talk about just some things that have gone on at the town over the last couple of years, but more importantly, I hear people say, I just want to be able to get a hold of my elected official. I want someone to call me back. I want them to pick up the phone. I want to be able to knock on their door. And I think that's something that our voters and people that have worked with me in the past certainly have that ability to be able to do, and I'm always looking forward to talking to our community.
You know, there's something that I can say that she can't say, is that in talking to her about what it's like dealing with constituents and knocking on doors and talking to people and whatever, and she said someone had called the office recently and she picked up the phone and the person said, "It's the Rachel? Where's the secretary?"
Right.
Yeah, you know what, Rachel, I got a feeling you're answering a lot of those calls
Absolutely.
yourself. Yeah,
yes.
that's very much your style. You're running on what ticket?
So I'm an endorsed Republican, and I'm a member of the Republican Party. I'm also endorsed by the Independents and the Reform parties. And then the voters in the Conservative Party and the Women's Equality Party spoke loud and clear just about a month ago, and I won both of those primaries. So we have, I think, pretty broad support in the town of Queensbury, but I'm working very hard. I have a team of 35 volunteers, and we are continually knocking on doors, sending out mailers, making those phone calls, having events, and reaching out to our community. I want to make sure that I'm representing what our community wants. And the only way you know it is by knocking on those doors.
Well, that's working smart, right?
Thank
that's
you.
The
I
phrase.
think so.
Yeah, great, Rachel. Great. Best of luck to you in the election.
Well,
nice to see you again.
Nice to see you, and I hope I can earn your vote. I know you're a Queensbury resident.
Yes,
so
I am.
So you're certainly well informed, and I know, but I promise to keep working hard and hope to earn your vote as well.
Yes, well, Rachel, I really do admire you because I know you work very hard. So.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. To see this interview again, you can head to our website, looktvonline.com.